we're back. I know I missed the shows on Sunday, but that I can't explain. I'll explain why later when I'm with the bands this coming Sunday for the doubleheader. But tonight, very special guest, all the way from Hamilton. That's crazy, man. Everyone's always from everywhere else, but you're like a hop, skip, and a jump to me, man. Tell us who you are, who you play for, man, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, thank you, Bones. I'm Rainier Vandenbosch. I'm the vocalist in Itis. We're from like Toronto, Hamilton. We have a member as far as Gravenhurst. We're kind of spread throughout Ontario. And we play like sludge metal and doom metal.
No, I was able to get a bit of it off the roof today, but we had some new guys starting and stuff, so I couldn't just have my headphones in and fucking, right? But
yeah, it's all good,
awesome. Brother. Are the first band in a while I've had from Ontario. It seems like it's Montreal, BC, right? Norway, fucking Australia, right? So the scene here, it's got to be second in the list, right? Like Montreal, sorry. I love Toronto. I love Ontario. Montreal's killing us, man. So like,
they kill us every time. Yeah.
You
Toronto's got.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Oh,
Toronto's got like a lot of it all at once, all the time. Whereas this is my perspective. Montreal and Sudbury, other places, kind of like have like big. It's more of an event, more of a ritual in a way sometimes.
Yeah, it's like an annual thing in that sense. I know they do Waking the Giant, Thunder Bay. Here they have that big thing downtown they had while I was up here working when I first got down here. And then Montreal has Montreal Heavy Metal. That's every year. They have Voodoo Fest, which I believe is in Montreal, which was just last weekend, right? And they're constant. It's constant going, right?
They had,
here once it's like 3 weeks crammed into fucking a whole year, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's funny. What was it? Rammstein was in Montreal recently with that giant show. My guitar player was there. He was there for work, and he managed to catch the show because he bought tickets a long time ago. He lined up some work there, and then went for it, and he says they're like the living death clock.
Man, right? They're still to this day. I seen their first performance ever in Canada at the Docks in Toronto.
Oh
and
my god!
Still to this day, the best stage show I've ever seen in my life.
That is crazy.
When I get to play on the stage, that's what I'm striving for. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's funny you mentioned the Docks. We jam at the Docks. Like we have a jam space in that building.
No way, awesome. Man. Is it called the Dock still, or what's it called now?
It's different. It's a different setup now. Only that sort of like rented area is called the Docks still. They have like the Rebel now is a club there. It used to be the Sound Academy, now it's Rebel. They do a lot of concerts across the street in the parking lot. There's a massive parking lot there, and they just run like shows every week there. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's changed, but it's still there. Yeah.
I know, like before COVID happened, too, Hamilton.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt there, bro.
Oh, all good. Hamilton was rocking the fucking punk scene. A buddy of mine there that went to a lot of shows together before all shit happened. He was going to Hamilton every Sunday for the punk shows. Fucking, they were just crushing it. Our scene was just starting. Bam, right there, baby. #1 in the province. We were so close. You know?
Yeah, I hear you. The Hamilton punk is crazy.
They've got a great scene, man. I can't wait to be over there next year, right? I'm gonna go wander and fucking see what's up, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But so you guys have been super busy, man. Like
we've been pretty busy recently.
Detail without spoiling anything for the fans here. Like You guys know what you've been
I
up.
can tell you a few things. So we did say that
Right on.
we're gonna do like what's that?
Nope. Sorry, the lag. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay, man. So we released our video recently for Sturgeon. We have a couple more singles to follow that up with. And we've been working on another bigger thing, almost like an album or an EP, which is almost ready. Maybe a bit before we put it out there, but it's almost ready. We're really happy with it. It's like our evolution. Like we're getting better, I think. It should be pretty good. We're pretty happy with it. It's some of the best stuff I've been able to work on. And the other guys are really excited. Yeah, everybody's killing it when we go. It's awesome.
That's fantastic to you. Some people, like, how long have you been working and sitting on that sense? Like, it hasn't been like 5 years, obviously, but
no. A few of these songs we've been sitting on for like about a year, but most of it, surprisingly, we managed to write recently. We've been drilling hard in the last like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And we've come up with like 4 new, really strong songs, you know, like we're really happy with them. We think they kind of help our sound evolve and kind of have their own sound in a big way. Like we're really excited about them. I can't say too much more than that.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Right. Nice here though. Like I know a band here. I'm not gonna say a name or anything. I don't want to put nobody on the spot, but they've been sitting on shit for too long. It's like, dude, why isn't you guys should have 2 hours? No, now what are you doing here, man? Yeah. What I mean, like
we feel that too, man. By the way, Hollywood Red says, "Hey TJ."
Hey Hollywood, she's the one that did the behind the scenes. She's the one that runs the calendar now, does the scheduling. So
no way.
Huge shout out to her for helping us here. She's why we're here tonight, right? So
thank you, TJ. Thank you, Hollywood.
Because I was ready to give up on it. It was getting too much for me, man. Like to work full time, do the scheduling for this, do that, do this. And when her and I met, she was like, you know what I can do? I'm like, what can you do? She's like, I can do all this. I was like, I love you, baby. We're friends for life. And awesome. If I make money, she makes money now, just because she stuck through and done it all, right? So, huge shout out.
That's awesome. Yeah, we got to get more onto that sort of organizational stuff with our band. We're doing better and better, working on it, you know.
Local and stuff. It sounds terrible being like local to Ontario or down south. Everybody knows back and forth my whole life, right? But
yeah,
I can't. Friends of mine have asked me now at a Dead Man's Prophecy. They want to do a show November 11th. I might as well throw it out there in case anyone can help me on this. I have 2 bands that are available. Maybe another band wants to get on it, but I don't have a space to put them in because they're playing Ottawa.
Sorry.
So November.
February. Oh, November 11th.
Come down and do a show, man. I'm like, fuck. I'll get on the horn, man. I'll put the word out. You know what I mean? But I have 2 bands, Dead Man's Prophecy, and I'm gonna say Fortunate Losers. Let me turn my light back on here because I turned the key off, so it's off automatic, right? Now I got to find the key in the dark. But
trapped in blackness,
right? Let me find my flashlight. Boom, boom. Key should be right. Yeah, they're right there. There we go. I'll start her up. Let her charge. New battery and stuff though. So I killed the last one. That was my bad. I left my phone charger in, right?
Right.
Oh, Suzanne, all the way to New Zealand.
Yeah. Hi, Susan.
You should actually connect with her. She runs a promotion company out of New Zealand for bands and stuff, and helps promote bands and stuff, right? So,
right on.
Go through afterwards, get a hold of her. Maybe she'll get a hold of you guys too, right?
Cool.
Yeah, we've done some work together. Oh, security system. I think I'm fucking stealing the van everywhere I go, right?
It's a mobile interview.
Oh, I know. In the van, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So being on tour, you guys have obviously done a few tours together and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you played on now or what?
So our members, like our core members, the three of us, we have a new guy now, but the three of us, myself, our guitar player, and our drummer, used to be in bands. This is kind of a newer band. And basically, we did play quite a few shows together. We did a couple mini tours, but we haven't done anything big yet. Planned stuff. Our last band kind of fell through, so we got a couple of us got together on this, and then our drummer joined, right? After a while, you know, we do have plans for that though. A couple of us work in aviation, and we think we can get perhaps a deal on plane tickets to Europe. Maybe fucking go hit Europe for some shows there.
Well, from what I've heard with you guys, I should definitely put you in touch with my buddy Ren from fucking Ren and Berserkers out of Ireland. If you're already on a plane and shit, why not Ireland? Fucking do a little show or two with them, and then go to the next flight.
Yeah.
So I was bitching, like, I'm from Ontario. I can get you a show, almost like hook you up with a band at least to open for and shit anywhere in the world almost, but Toronto.
That's awesome.
You know, it's like,
yeah, I know.
Right.
Toronto's crazy. There's so much happening every day.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
I got a buddy here who I'm staying with. He come in to help us finish out the season. He's done sound. I'm gonna have him show here real soon, man. Probably next week. We'll do an improvised show, but he's done sound for some of the fucking most like awesomest bands ever. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I did their sounds, like, you know, set up their stage. He built like total behind the scenes guy though, like, but we'll have him on, man. And he was like, fuck, you know.
Nice. Yeah.
Wait. So local bands, Toronto. You got to give them the guys you like playing with, and when you do your local shows and that, like, who on stage with you and stuff. Should we be listening to, right?
Yeah, there's a couple. On our song, we featured a guy from this band called Apogen, and they're from Toronto. They're a technical death metal band.
Nice.
Really talented guys. They're all amazing. Dexter Forbes he featured a solo on our song. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get them out or check them out. Don Valley is a really good one.
Don Valley.
Maybe. Yeah. It's spelt a little differently, but you know. There's a few I could mention.
I always like to hear it though. Like we're here to support each other in every means possible, and that's it, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I always find it weird when people like, I don't know any local bands. Like, what do you mean you don't know any local bands? Who plays on stage with you? You know, like who's out there?
You gotta, for real. You gotta look around. You gotta work with those people around you. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's a business or a community. It's more of a community in that sense, I find, especially with the metal community and the more heavier rock and roll kind of scene, you know. we've
Yeah,
dabbled
absolutely.
into some of the other scenes and stuff like that. And it's to talk to the people behind the stage. You know what I mean? Like shooting the shit after the interviews and stuff. It's very competitive.
Yeah.
Like nobody's helping each other up, man. It's like, what do you mean? That doesn't make sense to me. Confused. Right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I've been in scenes like that. I was in a band when I was like 16, and we actually played with a lot of bands back then. I played like 50 shows from the age of 16 to 20, which is kind of crazy for someone that age. But it was great. Like made me made me part of who I am, right? And it was really important to me to be able to do those shows. And we did work with quite a lot of bands, but a lot of bands tend to keep to themselves. It's just a weird thing. The better ones don't, you know. That's all.
no, it's weird.
Better ones know how to network.
Put that out there, and I've always preached like it's a hard life on the road, man. Like just with work alone, yeah. I'm home like 3 times the fucking year. You know what I mean? And then not let alone go on tour with a band, like fucking, and help, you know, set up the shows, book the hotels, do all this shit, fucking go with them, make sure everything's good and golden, and it's like it's hard to live on the road. Live. How do you cook in a microwave every night, right? You get sick of McDonald's real quick, but you're right. What are some of the ways you overcome being on the road, right? To be on the road, how do you overcome some of those challenges on the road? Like, do you bring a barbecue with you and shit on your tour, or?
Yeah, we do coolers and stuff. We bring like, you know, some prep stuff, sandwiches, you know, what you would think, fruit. Yeah, certain things are good to bring that kind of have their own natural wrapping. Bananas, but you got to eat them pretty quick. Depends on how far you go and how often you stop for food, I guess. You got to manage that budget. And you mentioned McDonald's, like hard to avoid that when you're trying to save money, right? You need to be fast, but there's ways to do it. If you have a microwave, if you can run a microwave, you can eat pretty cheap. You can eat oatmeal. It's not going to taste very good though. Kyla says, hey, Kyla McCall.
She's a photographer, book writer. She does the paranormal boneyard stuff for us. Am I back?
Yeah, I think you're back.
Okay.
You were saying she's a photographer and a book writer?
She used to do live music, like plays and stuff like that, like live musicals. Does the paranormal here in the Boneyard. Station, she goes like local Screaming Tunnel there in Hamilton. She did a little thing on that for us here.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So do you guys have some stuff on YouTube, like some music video up and stuff right now, or? Yeah,
actually we kind of focused there, especially before when we were just a 2-piece. We have videos for most of the songs from our first EP, and we have some new videos up. We have a few playthroughs as well. You can check them out. It's Itis Doom under YouTube. If you look up Itis Doom.
And also, right before this interview, that has all your links and stuff in it. And when I get a minute, or Hollywood gets a second, we'll post them into the title of this show as well, so they'll be up and above you guys. Click the links and find these guys, man. Fucking.
Yeah, we're itis.
Last paranormal vlog was in Kingston, Ontario.
Yeah, that's cool. Kingston.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I posted it. If not, let me know. I'll make sure it gets up there. And, you know.
Oh yeah, it's all
So
good,
how do
brother.
you juggle? You work full time, right? So like, and you do music. Like, how do you juggle it all? How do you find time for what your passion truly is, and then making money to pay bills?
Yeah, it's tricky. It's hard to save. The four of us equally pay for our stuff, not our gear. Like we each own our own gear, but we pay for needed expenses equally, unless we can find a way to pay for it through like selling merch or whatever. Yeah, we manage it together. That side of it, to have energy, because we try to jam every Saturday. We all work full time, and we're all so far apart. So it's good that we have an HQ at the docks, right? So having that jam space, like we rent it monthly, it's a godsend. It's almost like the van. You need a van, you need a jam space as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like, for you guys to just split it 50 in that sense.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like when we're on the road, dips in, we go to,
Sorry?
Nope, go ahead.
That's okay. It's just, it makes it easier for us to control it, and then we kind of put things to a vote if there's like a serious disagreement,
Pretty straightforward.
That's basically, yeah, basically.
All right. Well, that's
we
the way
haven't
to
run
do
it.
it.
Yeah, I think so. It works for us, and most of us have known each other for a really long time, so it works. We're like brothers.
Seems to be the way too. Everyone I've talked to and stuff, they've either known each other forever, but played in other bands, and then those bands didn't work out. Then they came together. Like, why aren't we in a band together? All of a sudden the fucking, you pop, and next thing you know, you're in a fucking band and you're crushing out your fucking music.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you gotta push it. Especially, it's weird. You have these friends that you grew up with. It's like, why didn't we start a band? Just like what you're saying.
Yeah, you should have just been in a band from the beginning in that sense. But it's better you go out and grow individually and then come back together and say, this is what I learned. This is what I learned. Now we're a band, and look at creativity now, like the styles, you could throw in for each song, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
So when it comes to writing your guys' music and stuff, obviously you guys just work together on that, eh? It's not like one guy writes the music and one girl sings all the lyrics, or woman per se. You want to say that, right? Like,
well, yeah, no, it's like Brandon comes up with the main riff usually, and then I help him, or we all help him kind of like bring it down to earth, and turn it into a song. We have to help him structure it, and then it's a pretty straightforward process. But at least it has been lately. He just comes up with riffs. We look at it and we're like, okay, this is pretty cool. Repeat it like this and then do this to vary it or whatever. And we kind of work through it with him across a few days. we try to stay on it for those few days until it's like pretty good, and then we bounce it around each other online. We just figure it out from there.
No, that's pretty sick. And it's amazing, like nowadays, especially with being online and shit, you're able to send music. Like we had a band, I got to give a shout out to them, man. No Skin. They knew each other from gaming, and then they ended up deciding, they started emailing music or whatever, and then they had an album, but never met each other until they were on. And I got to reach back out to them.
Crazy.
I need them back on the show, see where they are, right? But
yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. It's a scene where you can go now. Like the world is with. I know there's a lot of noise and stuff with the internet and shit, but if you actually hone and focus, man, like I get nothing but music now. There's no more porn. There's no more dating site spams or fucking check this, check that. It's just band stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Right?
Absolutely. Kylo was saying how you got to enjoy the people you're with when you're in a band. I totally agree with that. It won't be wonderful. Yeah.
Collaboration. No, it's true. You can almost, like in the older bands, when shit fell apart, you could hear it on the CD, from this CD to that music. You could feel it, feel the vibe. You could feel band, you know. So that's so
absolutely
true, though. Like, and many bands have been originals, like what the Stones I can think of, right? I gone brain dead now.
Yeah.
That's the only right. Like,
well, it's rare now for sure. Yeah, I can think of some, but you know, a lot of metal, for instance, a lot of big metal bands. It's not. There's a few, but it's rare. I don't know. Then you have bands that like went through like disaster and lost members and all that too, right? It's just like
carry on after the fact. Since you have to, the music they wouldn't wanted you to. Like when we could go on and on about death within bands and shit. You know what I mean? But even this day, like to find members or people that will play, I don't know how many drummers I know that are in like 2 bands, maybe 3. It's like, how do you even do that? Just to even be in one. I'm a solo artist at the moment, collaborating with all the bands that I'm working with here on the show and stuff, but fuck, all I do is just write a riff and send it over. They send me back this masterpiece, and I just gotta find someone to sing it now. I'm like,
that's awesome.
It's hard to it's hard to do it, man. Like,
oh, for sure. It's funny you mentioned the drummers are in like multiple bands. That's like, I see that everywhere too. I was talking to my buddy who's trying to get a band going, and actually he's got a couple bands going, but he's working on a new one. And this guy is a great drummer, but he's in like 8 bands. He doesn't know how to say no. He's like just does them all. People ask him, he just fucking does it. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. But like
3 hours a day, right? And then I go to sleep for an hour and get up, eat power bars and drink Boost and beers and fucking drums for 23 more hours. Right? That's crazy, man. Like, drummers and bass players, man, they're hard to find, man. You can never find them, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to find the,
so I'm glad
the
you
ones
guys
that want to stick.
Yeah, for what I've heard, man, you guys are pretty tight. Obviously, you can really feel it when to hear the music you guys have out. So, where are you found? You're found everywhere, right? You got Bandcamp, you got Spotify. Where's the best spot?
Yeah.
Where helps you as a band the most for people to click on it and find, right?
I guess probably Spotify, but I don't know. We don't really care about making money right now off of it. We're not at a point of being known well enough for it to translate. You know, we're
Yeah.
kind of like we're kind of still in a building process, even though we've been putting out music. But that's to help us with our shows and get better shows and stuff like that. Our drummer had a and he's been going through some stuff, so we had to say no to a couple shows. But hopefully he gets better soon and we can continue. Meanwhile, we've just been recording. We recorded 4 songs in 2 months, basically. Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
and that's like single sessions. Yeah, it was good. Each session was good. We came in prepared. It was fun. We ate a lot. It was good.
And food is very important, man. So like the little 2 things I do here, I always offer. There's always dinner and breakfast after the next day and stuff. We encourage the bands to stay and hang out, fucking party it up, and then food's always included, right? Your fucking stay is always included, right? So,
right on.
Eat, man. Food is I even have a shitty ass under budget fucking cooking show we do here live in the Boneyard. Right. So we make everything. We've done some fried chicken or chicken chunks. We've done mac and cheese. We did a hungover, easy peasy breakfast fried bagel. So instead of toasting it, we put it in the fucking pan, fried it in the pan. You know what I mean? Like, it's so delicious.
That's wicked.
Yeah. Oh, Boneyard Cafe. Someone watches it. They spelt it wrong.
Oh yeah.
I spelt it all French because it was a French inspiration when I got it. Right.
Right.
I forget where I was. I was somewhere in Quebec cooking. I don't know. I drink a lot, right? I probably should stop. But yeah, I was cooking. I'm pretty sure I went to Quebec City. That's when I met up with Live Lager, which is a great beer, home brew. They sponsor a lot of the local bands. Their names are on the can. Bands like fucking More. Your Last Wish is 100% on there. That's how I found out about it. Great band from Montreal. And fucking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was cooking on the barbecue. I'm a guest. I'm like, get out of the way. I got this, man. I fucking bought everything, cooking it up. They're like, you should do a cooking show. I'm like, no way. And then a year later, I'm doing a cooking show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Right. But it's like you said, though. You gotta fucking go where your passion lies. But regardless of the money, like the show actually has never made money. I'm probably 10 grand in the hole since I've started doing bands and traveling. Like before COVID, I drove. My very first band I interviewed was in Arizona. I drove all the way from Ontario to Arizona to do that show, and then I set up shows all across the country as I drove back home to Georgia, seen some family, did a show out of Virginia with a good friend of mine who's a stand-up comedian, was breaking through with shit, right? And then went to New Brunswick, and then went home. I was in Mexico for a bit, right? But that was the birth of fucking Boneyard with music and stuff, right?
Right.
Every bit of it comes.
You built it from that. That's cool.
Yeah. But like you said, you can't count on money right away. It's 10 years. You know, it could be 11 years. You never know, right? But
I guess in a way, we'd like people to check out our videos mainly. Like, go to our Spotify if you like the music.
Yeah.
But we put a lot of effort into our videos. Like, we all help write them. I take the lead, but we all kind of help write them together, and we help make them. And we've made a few ourselves.
I was gonna ask that. Like, when you do your videos, is that production or is that you guys cracking down, filming it? A lot of bands do that now. They get the editing material. They teach themselves. Let's do this, right?
Yeah. We've done a couple, but the better ones did hire out. We hired some friends. We hired companies that are like, they're not like huge companies. They're usually individual like videographers kind of stuff, you know.
Like
They're
you
good
guys
though.
in the independent, much like myself, you guys, so many other bands, independent, man. But you're supporting or the independent scene around the world, whether it's the guy from fucking Vietnam that does your shit for you. He's still a local. He's still a. People don't see that. They see just their town or their city. But there's so much local around the world, man. Like it's not just you in this little speck, right? It's everybody as a community or as a whole. We gotta work together.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, but that's how it's got to be, especially if we want to keep it going. Right?
Oh, 100%, man. I hear you so much, and I know a lot of our fans and shit, and people that watch other bands. They know all about it, you know. Like, and it's starting to get awareness. I know on this channel we try to make the awareness. You're not just a rock star tomorrow because you wrote a cool riff. You know, fuck, man. It's a long time before you can fucking have cocaine and hookers every night on your tour. Even that doesn't happen anymore. Like back in the day, that was producers, managers taking advantage of young kids that could jam, that had great music. Guns N' Roses, you know, Led Zeppelin, even Hendrix. Like these people were just spent drugs and never got any of the money. You know, like other people smoked and ripped them off. And that's the nice thing I like to see nowadays with the internet bullshit and being, you know, you can be independent. Now you don't have that. That's kind of been eliminated from the scene. Like the newer and younger bands, you don't see that. The older bands, even talking to them, they're all sober now. No, we don't do that anymore. We don't.
No.
You know.
Yeah, as you get older, I guess, because they did it like every day, all day, and I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what you're told. Here you go. Here's more. But we've smartened up and we've straightened and cleaned our scene up a lot in that sense. You know what I mean? It's not a bunch of fucking alcoholics and drug addicts as far as the rock and roll, you know, the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's a lot of a real business now in that sense. Like a lot of people are sober and clean. It's not all what your music's heavy. You know what I mean? People see anger, violence, hatred, and shit. They're misinterpreting the whole scene in the whole fucking. But I don't know. I don't even know. I'm lost for words at the moment.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's the imagery and everything that kind of throws the people who aren't familiar off because they think it's like, you know, literally Satan worship. Some people, right? And it's like
bunnies on the weekend and slaughter goats and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. So you know, it's therapeutic. That's the main thing about it. It's like in Itis, we make our music because it helps us stay happy and sane, right? It's dark music, but you know, that's how we get that out, right?
Yeah. I just had this similar conversation. You almost, when you're on stage and you're playing, even when you're in your jam room and you're playing, you almost step into another world, right?
Like, for real.
It just comes together and everything. Exactly, right? Like, 100%.
Like this is the way it should be.
Yeah, like music is a vibration, which if you look, because we only see our skin and stuff, but when you look deeper and you see like the neutrons and atoms and protons that make you up, you know, it's always moving and going. It's always like on a frequency, just like music. And when you hear that music, your whole body, because, you know, it goes so much
Everything
deeper than
reacts.
people, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Every part of your body reacts in its own way.
Play music for a little kid, parrots, lizards, they all start moving and dancing and shit, right? Like cats, sometimes. Dogs are pretty funny, you know.
Yeah, my dog loves metal. I think he sees that I like it, so he's like, "Oh, okay, this is good stuff."
So, like being a dog owner and stuff, even does your dog go with you when you're on tour, or when you got to like even it overnight? Right?
No, I leave him with my dad and my sister.
Oh, that's cool. He's got a good home. He's not, you know. I'm an animal lover, bud. All about that, right?
Absolutely. Dogs are great.
Now
I have
you
a cat.
can get your dog a little puppy passport, and he can travel the world with you when you know in a couple of years when you do in Europe and shit, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. My dog is kind of big and aggressive though, so it'd be hard. He's a bull terrier, so he's not that aggressive. He's super nice, but he's scary looking to some people. I've literally had people be like, turn around when he comes by at the park and stuff.
You can generally tell right away, even the way they bark or jump, that they're just saying hello, or they're like, "What the fuck?" You startled me. They're not going to attack you in that sense. I don't know. I'm an animal person. Horses, dogs, cats, lizards, snakes. Fuck, I don't care, right? Unless you're a bee. Other than a honeybees, I won't like swat away, but like wasps, fuck you, man.
Fuck wasps.
I'm taking you. Oh, my light went out again.
Oh no, that's all right. Yeah, wasps hunt bees down. They're like hunters.
Fuck those guys. They hunt me too. They always sting me, man. Fucking order wasp, dude, I'm getting hit, bud. I got stung today in the fucking arm. It hurts so bad right now. It's terrible, man.
Oh no, that's brutal.
Yeah. But fuck, man. I know you gotta work tomorrow. I gotta work tomorrow, man.
Yeah. It is.
Hold on. Fuck security system, right? Fuck. That's why I do the show though live, because it's like you guys getting on stage raw. You can't fucking fix what just happened. All you can do is laugh about it and pick it up and keep going, baby. Play those notes.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just gotta keep going.
But you guys are in Hamilton, eh? So like, when's your next show? When can we see you live on stage again?
So I reside in Hamilton. My guitar player resides in Toronto, and so does my drummer. And my bass player is in Gravenhurst, which is like near Muskoka. So he's way out the fucking the boonies.
How do you say? Like, do you guys have a next show planned, or?
Not at the moment. We've had a few offers, and we had to just wait because our drummer's still injured. We're figuring it out, though. Yeah, but he's getting better, so pretty soon we're gonna be taking him on again. We played a couple shows. They went okay. The first one went really well. Speaking of, if you asked me earlier if there's a good band to check out, there's this one from Newmarket called Cruel Intent, and they're amazing, super heavy band. They're young.
Gotta say, this is not the first time I've heard behind the scenes about them.
Oh yeah,
first time on the air, so I will definitely have to check them out now for sure, and maybe get them on or something, right? But
yeah, do it. They're great. Their singer Paul is amazing. Great guy.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. I'll definitely Hollywood, if you're still watching, write that shit down. I know. We got that for sure, right? Well, I was talking to her the other day, and it's like, we've got to sit down and go through every episode and get a list of every band that's been on. You know what I mean? And see where the fuck we are in the world in that sense, right? Like, it's because we are on Spotify with a Boneyard playlist, and it's all bands that have been on the show so far. But I seriously need to update it. So when I do get to go home and have a couple of days off to fucking do all this, the Boneyard playlist is gonna explode with new music, man. I can't wait to put that out there. Right? It's all the bands. Like, you'll be on there now as well, right? Like fucking so stream that shit down.
Absolutely. You could do like a compilation or something, or just do playlists, same shit.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do a little more fucking. Maybe I'll send you guys a riff, or send me a riff, and I can fucking guest star on it. Because then when you play at my fest, because 2 years into my plan, buy land, build a stage, fucking. First, you got to meet everybody, meeting the bands. Poof, up that now. Now we got to buy land, build a stage, have a festival. And if I collaborate with every band, I can come out on encores and play with every band. You know, like, fuck, that'd be sick. But
that would be amazing. That is the dream right there.
Right? Like, here, no different than your dream, though, man. Like, what?
No, it's the same. Thing.
When would you be on a certain stage or with a certain amount of people in the crowd? When would you be like that moment when you're like, yeah, we fucking did it, boys? You know, or is that every night, whether it's 10 people or, you know?
That's a tough one. It's funny you asked that. I have played one really big show when I was younger for my old band, and we played in front of like 3,000 kids, and it was because it was a
lot.
Yeah, we were pretty crazy. It was we played with Boys Night Out, and what was the other? There was a bigger band there. I can't really remember what they were though. They were like a pop punk band. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I can't remember. Boys Night Out were the second big band on it. It was Youth Fest or something. I played it when I was 19.
That was one of those.
What's that?
Yeah, it was one of those moments, where it was like, I'm on the right path at least.
It felt like it for a minute. It was good. I was on there. Somehow we beat the other bands. It was like a battle of the bands thing. We beat the other bands, and we were like a death metal band playing with a bunch of punk bands, right? So it was interesting. I don't know if I'll ever get another experience like that again, but I would love to. We got lucky there. That was amazing.
Like,
so long ago.
Show, lined up for October. It's all death metal bands except for Andrew Joseph. Big shout out to him. He's played my 3 shows this year, and fucking he's just a freestylist rap R&B kind of fucking dude. His brother mixes the beats, so we've got him on the stage first. But when I text Bronson and them, they were like, they want diversity like that. They want to kind of bring a little bit of everything to every show. So I was like, well, he's on the bill then. But boom, get your passport, motherfucker. You're going to Maine. So next year, I'm going to put a whole new list together, man. So I don't know if you guys can travel to the U.S. or something, right?
Yeah, we could probably look at it. We're trying to figure out, like, you know,
it's an annual thing.
I don't see why not. Yeah, for sure. Just keep us in the loop.
Always, man, always. You guys, you're fantastic. I love what I've heard of your music. I know it's very little at the moment. I will be
That's okay.
educated by tomorrow afternoon because I'm gonna download everything so I can put it on my fucking headphones tomorrow at work and
Nice.
and rock out, right? But,
Right on.
yeah.
We try to go like our sort of motto, fat and slow, because it's like doom and sludge, so the music's a little slower. Weirdly, we were all used to playing faster music, and when we made this stuff, we found it hard to do at first because we were so used to playing faster. And now we're used to playing it this way. It's harder to play fast now.
When I first started jamming, I played everything as fast as possible. And then when I finally got with a couple guys and we started jamming, they're like, you start off awesome, but by the end of the song, I've got to sing so fucking fast because he just keeps getting faster. Yeah. You need to practice your timing, but so I spent forever and like 1 and 2 and 3. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a trick, man. It's definitely hard to make that transition, right? But
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I find on my acoustic, I really have that down. My timing, my everything. I don't know if it's because I slap the fucking acoustic as I play for a drum beat or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, right? I've been told, how the fuck did you do that? I'm like, do what? They're like, oh, you were like drumming and playing the acoustic all at the same time. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I just do it.
Practice.
Right? Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, you do it for fun, so it's like not even, it's practice, but it's not even practice. It's like you're zenning, you're like meditating.
Yeah, you know? 100%. So, I heard, first time I really actually heard that statement was my buddy Dave from Spin Golly does the drums with that band. They've opened for Metallica and shit. We had him on early in the seat, like when I first started, right? And fucking, he's like 10,000 hours, baby. How did you get so good at this guy's amazing at drum. He's like 10,000 hours, man, at least minimum. And then you can be like, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
Right? So
the 10,000 hour rule. I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
It goes for everything.
For a long time. And it's even the same with my job because I got kind of took my music side and standing there the one day on my job site having a smoke, and I'm like, I have way over 10,000 hours in the construction business. I'm a professional.
Yeah, for real.
Now I'm smoking. Wear my heart on a certain way, you know?
Yeah, for real. That's so funny. It's true, though. Like, at that point, you are a professional. That's just how it is. It's a 10,000 hour rule, man.
My music? Probably close, but not, I'm almost there, but no, definitely my work, but not my career. Because I always look at this or my music as my career. That's something I invest in. You're going to have to put money into it, whether it's the studio time, you know what I mean? Paying your buddy's gas money to even come over and jam. Like,
it's all the levels of it.
Yeah,
I used to pick up my guitar player every jam. Now he drives.
Hey, so it was worth the investment in that sense. And now you're picking up steam. You guys got some videos. You're on Spotify. You got merch.
Yeah,
stuff people can buy.
We have some merch. Nice. Yeah, we got to put a store up. We've been talking about how to do that recently.
Yeah,
but we have lots of merch, and we have some ideas for new merch. We have hats, t-shirts. We want to do like full album art sweaters eventually.
Yeah,
hopefully. It's expensive, but we'll get there.
No, I know. That's Maddie. Oh, that's Kayla. I hit the wrong button here. Like I said, I'm on my tablet.
Oh yeah.
Maddie's done.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Work. Yeah. He's done my hand, my arm. He's working on this. Soon I'm going to have Chadwick and do this whole fucking piece, right? But, about merch. We just made a big purchase looking for our merch, shirts, new design. But anyways, fucking like you said, it's an investment. You buy that shit to start with, and then if people don't buy it, you're stuck with 600 shirt. Or we bought 50 this time, so 50 shirts, work shirts, I guess. Yeah. Some medium, some small, some large. And all, you know. So when you go to gigs, do you guys sell your own merch? Like, is it one of the band members that are at the merch table, or say one of the girlfriends or wives or whoever's with you on the tour?
Yeah, we usually sell it ourselves. If it's really local, then we get one of our friends or our girlfriends to run it. I've run the table a bunch. We all kind of share running it. You kind of have to.
I kind of love that. Because when I buy your t-shirt, I love that. Because when I buy your t-shirt, I can get your autograph on the t-shirt itself. And that goes in my little roll-up fucking box. I put your stuff. You know what I mean? Like, Five Fingers. I got to meet them because they were selling their own merch when I first seen them. First time I ever seen them, man. Had a conversation with Ivan and them, and you know what I mean? Like, fucking Jason Hook was talking to us while we were buying merch, getting the autographs. Fucking
nice.
But I remember, you know a band called Cold? You got to know Cold, then.
Yeah, I've heard of Cold.
Yeah, I shouldn't have heard of them, but yeah, they're more of a mellow fucking Nirvana heavier vibe, I guess. Fucking dark.
Okay, cool.
They were hanging out with fucking cassette tapes at a concert one time. We seen them. They opened up out in the parking lot after the show, drinking beers, partying it up. Hollywood loves Cold. She knows them, but they were handing their tapes out and shit. We gave them a beer. Fucking great show, man. Awesome. Fucking, they came to our car. Right? Like, you know.
Yeah, nice that's that interaction, right?
Yeah. Because once you get so big, you can't have that no more. Like, people just mob you. And it just, people don't understand it. I don't want to take a picture every 5 minutes. All I want to do is buy some KD and some fucking cream mushroom soup and some bacon. Get out of this store, you know what I mean? But
yeah, for sure.
Do you ever imagine that or think of that when you're writing or doing what you do? Do you ever think you ever gonna get to that point where you're like, fuck everyone, I'm gonna live in a mansion with a moat and the sharks are gonna have beams?
No, I don't think so. I live minimalistically generally. Like, if I did come into like a lot of luck like that, I would probably, I'd buy a farm. I'd live out on a farm.
Yeah.
And I'd just keep doing music.
Yeah, right.
That's all.
No, I agree. I would buy land and then, like, say I bought 100 acres, I'd build dead center of 100 acres. So it'd be 50 acres around me, all around.
And then you can play music as loud as you want.
That's where the festival is, baby. Right?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But hey, man, I said it like 40 minutes ago. Hey, great show. I love it. Really enjoyed talking to you tonight, man. It's been a great conversation, but it's getting late. I got to work. I know you got to get up, bud. So, but we'll be in touch. You have our contact stuff. Anytime you got something new, man, let Hollywood or myself know, man, and mainly Hollywood because she does the scheduling. But feel free to bug me too. I can't bombard,
I'll send you music or something.
All right, just a quick hit. John Asher. That's how we met. How did you meet this dude, man? I give him a shout out every show, every time he sends us a band, right? So.
Oh yeah, John's great. He's I've actually worked with him, or I've been in bands that worked with him for a long time, and he's always been really helpful. He just he lives this. He lives the spreading of bands. That's what he does.
I've
He's great.
say I can't even believe I met him. It was a fluke very early when I started the show. I did a band and then he got in touch with me or vice versa, either way. And then I couldn't handle the bands he was sending me. My email is nothing but John Asher.
Too much.
So when Holly would come in the picture, I was like, can you do this? She's like, I've got this. Poof. And then now it's just been nothing but this guy fucking for like till November, man. Like, and I'm trying to reach out to bands too that I know. You know, it's like, holy fuck. It's too much almost, but the guy's a legend though, 100%, man. The guy's fucking the best.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we want to keep working with him.
100%. Highly recommended.
Sure.
But anything else we should cover tonight,
I would just say to anyone who's interested, check out ITIS, check out our videos on YouTube, go to our Spotify, Facebook, whatever you want. Yeah, and you'll see us around. We're going to be playing shows again soon, hopefully, when our drummer gets better. Thanks for watching. Yeah, that was fun. It was a good talk.
Yeah, man, I try to run a pretty chilled, relaxed show, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have set questions, none of that shit. That doesn't make sense to me. I work full time, so I hate seeing the same questions asked in the same manner every time. Like, I always bug about local music or where we find you and shit, but I always roll it into the conversation somewhere. It's never boom, 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 right? Like, it's like being on stage. Not every stage goes the same. Even though your set list is the same, you know, you still flow into every song differently, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, it's been so fun. We'll be in touch, my friend. Play it loud, play it proud, baby.
Thanks.
I'm coming from you van all the way Hamilton.
Yeah.
Nice. And then that's fucking Blue Beam. I can't even block it. Been there all night. Don't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Like fucking
right.
aliens.
I still see you.
Show. I'll be back on the next time. We'll talk about aliens and beam.
Yeah.
Nice. Blast, man. It's been an honor. Fucking check these guys out. Fucking play loud, play sound, baby.
Hell yeah.